Nigeria is ranked 146 out of 180 countries in the 2019 Corruption Perception Index, coming down 2 places from its previous score in 2018. The Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, which is the arm of Transparency International in Nigeria, made this revelation at the press briefing in Abuja today. TVC's Kemi Balogun tells us more.
The Corruption Perception Index is the compilation of gathered data from a number of different sources that provides perceptions by the business community and country experts on the level of corruption within the public sector. Nigeria's fight against corruption seems far from over. According to the newly released Corruption Perception Index, Nigeria scored 26 out of 100 points in 2019, falling back 1 point from 2018. This translates in the ranking of countries to 146th out of 180 countries.
So it's a very simple answer.
The Executive Director of the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, Awal Musa, believes that the new results shows that there are still many unanswered questions.
Government must realize that fighting corruption is not talk. It is also about ensuring policy and legal framework are imposed, implemented, and where there's breaches, there will be clear sanction. And more importantly, preventive measures must be put in place to ensure that you minimize the incidences of those things before they even happen.
Mr. Musa says it is an indication that the war on corruption is still very far from being won, and calls on President Muhammadu Buhari to prioritize and support reforms in anti-corruption by forging collaborations with state and non-state actors.
Corruption remains the biggest governance challenge in Nigeria, with far-reaching cost on democracy and public support and confidence in democratization in Nigeria. While government anti-corruption efforts in asset recovery are yielding results, the fundamental necessary to ensure rule of law and freedom of expression of activists have not received enough attention. Anti-corruption stands the greatest chance of victory where there is a collective action of citizens against corruption and strong collaboration between state and non-state actors.
The center calls for useful reforms in key sectors to stop the spread of corruption in the public service space. The center believes that this release of the 2019 Corruption Perception Index calls for a lot of reforms, especially in the judicial system, whereby those who are charged of corruption can be effectively prosecuted. Kemi Balogun, TVC News, Abuja.